for decades.
How many
What's the
victims?
difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many
There
victims?
was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands.
Every other friend I've spoken to is reeling over Jaguar Wright's Piers Morgan interview. Even news outlets are reporting on how this singer-songwriter has become white famous by spreading allegations about the most powerful Black celebrities. I wanted to write a piece about this, especially on commentary about her mental health being the cause behind her chaotic behavior. And then I went on an 8-hour rabbit hole into her life and what could have led her to this point. Then I gave up. The more I dug into Jaguar's psyche, the more I asked myself what is going to take for Black women to heal. I asked because I saw many of the triggers in her life that led me to give up in so many ways. Most Black women wouldn't want to admit that they could easily have become Jaguar. However, we could have definitely easily become her for 2 reasons: epigenetics and resistance to the change necessary to reverse the systemic, harmful impact of Black women's epigenetics. So what is epigenetics? Scientific studies examined by the BBC prove that the Black colloquialism, generational curses, is actually a health epidemic that worsens the longer it persists. It's the study of how chemical and environmental factors alter the genes and how it functions for better or for worse. In sum, our genes are equally affected by how happy our mothers were when they were pregnant, what they ate during gestation, and the extent to which that they care for us once we were born. Additionally, our environment weighs as heavily as parenting on our well-being, which means that despite our parents' best efforts to shield us from it, society can literally make you sick. So, Jaguar Wright. She shared her harrowing history of sexual abuse and child neglect in a 2020 interview with Tasha K, of all people, someone who's equally controversial and problematic. She also said that in the same interview, people are afraid of me for a reason. They have a right to be. I'm dangerous. That's when I realized I could have easily been Jaguar Wright, and that I should approach her with caution and with grace. Black women become dangerous when the ways of the world pummel us relentlessly. When society refuses to let up or give us access to what would heal us physically, emotionally, and financially, we're obviously prone to adopt maladaptive behaviors in order to stay alive. Capitalism is the worst, the most insidious, deceptive strategy for debilitating Black women. People like Jaguar Wright, Tasha K, and even Candace Owens grift the fuck out of Black women and apparently white men to survive in a system that underemploys them and makes them the lowest wage earners globally. If we can't find a well-paid job in a respectable industry, why wouldn't we look for other ways to get money? Prejudice is the second line of defense when Black women succumb to respectability politics. In the EU, for example, women of African or Black descent who are college educated, mind you, are still the most affected by racial discrimination. American Black women have the most degrees in their country, yet earn the least. So we cannot student loan debt or Ivy League school ourselves into economic safety. And no, society shows no sign thus far of giving Black women what they need to heal from these assaults on their lives. Fewer Black women have access to adequate health insurance that will cover things like therapy or psychiatric medicine. But it seems like it's easier for men like Torre to laugh at Jaguar Wright as a nutcase instead. I will vow to let go of the pressures to hustle nonstop. The pressure to keep going stems from generations of scarcity written all over my DNA. It's a symptom of an illness passed down from my mother, who reminds me to this day about how emotional and financial abuse almost wrecked her life. It's a symptom of an illness passed down from my mother, who reminds me till this day how emotional and financial abuse almost wrecked her life, which is a marker of the pain that her mother, my grandmother, experienced growing up, watching her widowed mother, my great-grandmother, scrape by to survive without a man to provide for her. So, I give up pretending that I'm okay, and I also give up judging other Black women for how they're trying to become okay.